former MVP and just overall stud in Lamar Jackson is playing lights out in Baltimore. But for some reason, people aren't talking about him. What's up with that?
Look at him turn back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles! Now he's got an entourage! And he's got a touchdown!
I know him, you know him, we all know the one-of-a-kind talent in Lamar Jackson. Ever since he bursted onto the scene with his spectacular Heisman run in 2016, Lamar has been one of the most unique talents in football. Although it's typically pretty dang difficult to be great in both college and the NFL, Lamar's just one of those dudes that can do both. And after putting up nearly 700 yards rushing and 1,000 passing as a rookie, he was looking to take it to another level the following season as a starter. Just like another stud in Mahomey, Lamar didn't need that much time at all to dominate, and in only his second year, he was able to play lights out. Breaking Vic's over 1,000-yard rushing record by nearly 200 proved that Lamar was not joking around. Doing all of that along with over 3,000 passing yards and 36 touchdowns is special to say the least, and put Lamar on the level of studs like Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Although a lot of attention to deal with as a young player, Lamar is used to it as he's been under the spotlight since he was a kid, and so it wasn't too big an issue for him to do his thing the following season. Over 2,700 passing and 1,000 rushing yards proved that Lamar was not a one-hit wonder, and although a bit less than his previous season, it made sense since the NFL had taken notice of my man's talent. Nonetheless, Lamar was able to do his thing once again, and somehow put together yet another season with over 1,000 yards rushing. Putting up more yards than most starting running backs is impressive enough, but upon that, Lamar was able to pass for over 5,000 yards and 60 touchdowns throughout his first 2 years, which is crazy to think about, but is made even more insane when you consider he hasn't had a legitimate wide receiver 1 until seemingly now. Although Marquise Brown has been with the team for 3 years now, for some reason this season is different for him, and throughout only his first 5 games, he has nearly 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. Compared to his previous production, Marquise is on another level, and is taking Lamar with him. We all know that Lamar is one of the best runners in football, but his passing game is also not too shabby, and this year is proof that he can hang with the best of the best. As of right now, Lamar is the 5th most yards in football, with over 1,500 through 5 games. Oh, and by the way, he only has like 60 less yards than what looks to be an MVP frontrunner in Justin Herbert. So let's just say he's doing his thing. If someone is both top 10 in both passing and rushing, they are what we like to call unique, and Lamar's nearly 350 rushing yards puts him in that category. Crazy enough, my man is not just one of the best passers in the league, but his ground game is insane, and as of right now, I think he's the best player in football.
You what?
I know guys like Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, and Derrick Henry are doing their thing, but the stats don't lie, and Lamar is doing everything like it's nothing. At this pace, Lamar can not only pass for over 5,000, but also rush for another 1,000. I mean, come on, who does this kind of stuff? Anyways, I wouldn't be making this video if Lamar was at the top of the MVP race, but my man is somehow still number 8 in betting odds with these kind of numbers on a 4-1 Ravens team that came back from being down 22-3. If that ain't disrespectful, then I don't know what is. But my man Lamar doesn't care about all the hoopla. Instead, all he wants to do is just win football games. If you've ever watched any of his interviews, Lamar is one of the most selfless players in the NFL, and is all business on and off the field. That's something that I can get behind, and I think it's the reason he's gotten here in the first place. Working time and time again while no one else is watching has gotten Lamar to this level and has him looking the best he ever has. Hey, by the way, if you're enjoying the video, it'd be awesome if you guys could subscribe. But anyways, let's talk some more about Lamar. Like I said before, Lamar is on a historic pace, and if this was like game 1 or 2, it would be just speculation, but keeping up this production for 5 weeks is a good sign of what's to come. Although over 5,000 passing and 1,000 rushing is not really realistic, the fact that he's playing on another level in a league packed full of talent alone should put him at the top of the race for the MVP. Usually you have players that play well, and there's a few guys at the top. But in this case, there's no one else doing something like this. The next closest quarterback in terms of rushing is Jalen Hurts, with a pretty great over 250 on the ground. To put it in perspective, Lamar has over 1,000 more rushing and nearly 200 more passing on a team with 2 more wins. So needless to say, Lamar is just in a league of his own this year, and after his performance against Indy, people are now starting to notice. Over 400 yards does that kind of stuff, and after his comeback on Monday night, Lamar proved that he could carry a team on his back once again. With Mahomes struggling a bit, there is now a space for Lamar to take over as one of the best talents in football, and I think he has the mindset to do his thing. You would think that someone would be singing their praises after such a ridiculous game, but like I said before, Lamar is just ultra focused on winning football games. In his own words, Lamar hasn't seen his peak yet, and just has to stay focused. When someone talks like they lost by 40 after a career game, they are what we call locked in, and my man Lamar has been locked in since he's been in high school. Although 24 is young in the NFL world, Lamar looks like a veteran on and off the field, and I think it's a major part as to why he's able to carry a franchise on his back. With the game, as Lamar would say, getting slower and slower for him each and every year, he's understanding more and more how to be at his best, and it shows. With all this in mind, Lamar is going into his toughest matchup so far, and looking to prove the doubters wrong. The Chargers are one of the best teams in football, with an MVP frontrunner at the helm. So Lamar has the shot to elevate his stock if he can come out with a win. If I'm being honest, I think he'll struggle a decent bit, and the team may take an L. But you can never count him out from keeping the game within reach. And hey, you never know, he might just prove me wrong. Lamar Jackson is playing like no other once again. And just like before, I think he has what it takes to end the year on top.
Jackson keeps, gets it, and goodbye. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, it would be awesome if you guys could subscribe, like, and comment down below what stuff you want next. But anyway, see you all soon, and peace out.